We got half the battery left. We're going to turn the light on for now. I see we got one joining in. Hello. And goodbye, I guess. Sorry for all the cigarette smoke. There's really no air movement, so it's kind of just hanging. Well, I guess we can poke a little look at some of these flowers while we're waiting for some folks to join in. These big purple petunias are doing good. And there's a mix of celosia all throughout here, and after the last couple rains, these things have exploded in size. So we should see some really cool fuzzy spikes or brains. I'm not sure which kind they are. They were originally, I had given up on them because some animals had kept digging in it to hide their seeds. Little squirrels that visit up on my feeder. So I just kind of dumped the bucket out of frustration right in the middle here, and through water movement and whatnot, I have them all the way back here, up along the brick, all the way up to the nasturtiums almost. Ooh, wow, those blooms are full on the spiky. They're the, what do they call that, starburst or something like that? I love those things. But here's one who's huge. Here's one that's bushy. So I think I have two different types here. I did buy two different types, and I got frustrated and gave up on both of them. So it looks like both of them are moving around. Bush and vining beans have taken over. I've had to reroute some of them. Those will be kept for seed for next year, as well as the purple and Kelvedon beans, or not beans, excuse me, peas. Both of these harvests, the peas and the beans, are going to be to dry and plant next year, and I'm actually going to try and sell the starts. So, see if I can't make a couple extra bucks in the spring that way, you know what I mean? This one here, this beard tongue that I have mentioned on many occasions. Thanks for the likes, folks, by the way, and feel free, don't be shy, please chat. That's why we're here. But this thing, at this point, has just outgrown the fence, and I have a ton of seeds that I saved last year, so I'm going to try and start some of those as well. And just silly stuff. And but yeah, I mean, this thing compared to last year, I mean, I put this in, I think 3 years ago. It was a clearance plant. I bought 2 of them off of clearance that were almost dead, and I brought both of them back to life. The one was over there for about 2 years. However, he wasn't growing a whole lot, and I needed the space. So unfortunately, gave up on that and pulled that in the spring of this year, which now has a mix of flowers and pumpkins. Whereas a Sharon is new. But yeah, every year this one has just doubled in size. So, I mean, I can't imagine what it's going to look like next year. Like, I'm standing, yeah, maybe about 6 feet back from it. And I'm just now getting all of it in frame. So, I mean, this thing exceeded my expectations this year. I mean, because in the spring when it started getting its new leaves, it was only right about there, and then just shoo, everywhere, fireworks. I love it. Now the blooms don't last long on this, unfortunately. However, the foliage does, and it's quite gorgeous as well. Purple veins, green, dark green. So it carries an almost year-round prettiness. So that has become the centerpiece of the garden. And check the chat here. Hi Edith, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, thank you. Like I said, this one was brought back from the dead and has just become a complete monster, which is awesome. I believe these are marigolds. They're all having fresh blooms. I got rid of all the dead blooms. They're all having fresh blooms, and they're just exploding. Morning glories are climbing Chef Legume as expected. What's up, Chef? Kind of covered in bird dirt. And then the 4 o'clocks. I have a better view of it now from the last feed, but see, I have them kind of hanging over the, because it was a really well spread out plant when I bought it, so I kind of spread it out a little more and just sort of let it do its thing. But I have that one hanging over the what turns into a stream when the water runs through the garden. So that looks cool. That'll look neat when it blooms too. Got some fresh blooms over here that are starting. Nothing on the hibiscus yet. If that is in fact what that is that I remember. Floss flowers looking really cool. And then a bunch of other stuff is, what's this? Ah, there's one bloom there. It's going to come up on its own soon. Fair. Fair. I don't do very good, Davis. Clover has absolutely taken over the yard, and I'll be honest with you, I'm fine with it because it doesn't grow nearly as high as the grass does. Plus, it's clover. It's edible. It's good for the pollinators. And it fixes the nitrogen in the soil from what I understand, so I'll let it have at it. I do have a new drink to try that I haven't come across before. Every once in a while I'll get one of these Arizona teas. So that should be interesting to try. We'll crack that open here shortly. Oh, and I might as well come over here and make note of the yarrow. While I'm coming this way, we do have a couple pumpkins that my son planted here. They don't get a whole lot of sun, however, they seem to be doing quite well. So yeah, the yarrow right now is in full bloom, and I love this stuff because it brings all the little sweat bees, the little tiny bee pollinators that you don't normally see because they're so small. And you can come on zoom, and of course there won't be any out right now, but I mean tons of these beautiful little flowers. Oh, right, hold on. We gotta say hi to our friend. Where are you at? Hey, man. Be happy, brother. So that's pretty much all the updates on the garden. Excuse me. Salvia, I got two different colors. I got this bluish purple. It's more purple than it looks in the video here. And then this darker purple here, which actually looks about right. And again, my new lawn ornament, because I didn't realize it was broken when I grabbed it. So, a lot of weeding to do, too, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Hello, how are you? The other night I had an owl trilling over here, just hanging out. I was following the sound. I've been hearing the sound for weeks, and I couldn't figure out what it was because it was always so far away. And then I heard it real close when I happened to be out here, and I'm like, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. So I look down, and I see this little brown lump over there. And I walked up behind him a little bit, and I think I did post a short video on it. And then he turned around, he looked at me, and I said hi, and he took off. Hasn't stopped back, and I haven't heard her since, so hopefully I didn't scare her away. But I think they do nest up there somewhere. Up there, back there in the trees. I guess we ought to give us a try. See if I can get it open. I just cut my damn fingernails. Ooh. can't really smell it. I can taste it. But I wouldn't say it's spicy. I mean, it tastes like green tea with extra honey. Maybe it'll kick in later. I'll drink a little more. Let's see. Alright, so when you suck down a few sips at a time, I got a little bit of a kick. I can feel where the hot honey is. But I still wouldn't call it spicy. Arizona, if you're watching, and I know you're not, go ahead and shoot a little bit extra into the mixture. Let's earn that chili pepper. Anybody else tried this drink? What do you think? Hello. How are you? All right, it is 11:21 my time, so I think we'll roll to 11:30. And if it's not hopping and jumping, then we're going to cut her. A little bit of spice on a burp, I can tell you that. That's the most spice I've gotten from it so far. The Arizona hot tea. There's some pumpkin or melon or gourd. I have no idea. It came from I just mixed a bunch of seeds together that I saved, and so got a bunch of those over there. Got some of them over here. Those are all trumpet flowers. Those are flowers, flowers, flowers. The wildflower patch is starting to spring. So there's some of them little, which they look just like the yard flowers, only not quite. These are more of a cup, whereas these are more of a plate. I guess is probably a good way to explain it. But yeah, all kinds of stuff coming up in there. Weeds, wildflowers, whatever. That's the do whatever you want to do area. I keep it bricked off from the other stuff. You see, it comes in the bricks too, which I was kind of hoping it would. Some wood sorrel. I can see some little blooms. You get a lot of little yellow flowers. Is there any? No, they're all closed in there. And then I really don't trim the edge of the fence. We usually just keep the fence line wild too. Not to mention up here where it's a little bushier, I have seen a mama snake on more than one occasion. I don't know if she laid eggs in this brush or not, and I don't want to hurt them if she did. Still waiting on getting some dirt to fill in these holes so I can reset the what you call pavers. There they are, actually. Sunflower forest. They're all looking pretty good. I mean, they're fighting for space, but they all look healthy, so I'm just letting them do what they want to do. This one's winning. Tomatoes, tomatoes, and some vincas that I picked up a little thing of 6 of. I like these. I tried to grow these from seed last year, and I got absolutely nothing, so I think I'm done buying seed flower-wise. Vegetable I'll still buy, but I'm just going to start buying more perennials, so I don't have to buy flowers every year. Like this one comes back every year. The Rose of Sharon and this star cluster or whatever it was. No, that's the star cluster. I forget what this one is called, but that's a perennial. The Rose of Sharon is a perennial. And if I'm not mistaken, 2 or 3 of these, not those, 2 or 3 of these, might be that one there, are perennial as well. So hopefully we'll get some good harvest from them tomato plants. I bought 3 plants, which turned out to be one turned out to be 4 in 1, and the other 2 were 3 in 1. So I went from what I had intended on 3 tomato plants and got 10. So we'll have to do some canning and some freezing some sauce and all kinds of goodies. It'd be nice to walk outside, grab a tomato, go inside, and throw it in the frying pan. So I'm glad this is actually working, because the last time I tried to go live out here in the yard, I had such a shoddy signal. You can't really see the stars, but it's a pretty clear night tonight, so maybe that's helping. I don't know. Hard to say. Oh, I almost forgot to mention orange Cosmo that I also kept from seed last year from the previous Cosmos. They do reseed themselves heavily, so I won't have to do anything else this year. Once these start popping, which won't be much longer because they are getting tall, I have them surrounding the pink beard tongue. Kind of gives you an idea why they call it that, sort of. But yeah, it's great because the bumblebees will climb right in, wiggle their little butts, and climb back out. But anyway, the Cosmos, they're going to be bright orange. They were actually called Cosmic Orange Cosmos. I bought them from Baker Seeds 2 or 3 years ago. And I've been using that packet. Between using that packet and saving the seeds from the flowers, I've kept them going. I am now out of the packet, so these are all, which is actually pretty good, because the more you grow in the same type of soil, the more likely the next batch will be to grow better in that soil because it's genetically used to it or something. I forget. Some video I watched on YouTube, I'm sure. Definitely explained it better than I could. And we are soon going to run out of my fourth and final, honestly, piece of crap bamboo citronella stick. The only good thing is I've been able, I'm waiting, once this one's done, I'll have my fourth one and I'll be able to build my tomato grid, I guess you could call it. Because what I'm going to do, since they're in, I mean, they got plenty of room to go down and everything. So, I mean, as you can see, I got 1, 2, 3 of them already. So I just need number 4 to set right about here, and then I'll run the string around them a few times. And between that and each other, they'll hold up well. And it's not twine; it's a softer cord that I'm going to use, so it's not going to damage the stalks at all either, or trunks, whatever you want to call them. I see we do have some more watchers here. How's everybody doing? Don't be shy. Where are you watching from? We're just hanging out in the garden. As you can see, I was in the midst of weeding in this area here until my knees gave up, so I gave up. And we'll get back down there next day or two and finish her up. Because I haven't decided yet if I'm going to buy any pepper plants, but I got to decide soon because, I mean, we're already in mid-June here. I was already late with the tomato plants. I'm hoping to get at least one good harvest out of them. Enough to, you know, maybe make some tomato sandwiches and such. Make sauces, do whatever. Burgers. Hold on a second here. I think I'm onto something. Nope. Focus, you turd. Gonna pop out soon. This thing should look pretty darn cool. All right. Well, we have my 11:30 mark, so we're gonna go ahead and shut her down. And I hope you all have a wonderful evening, your weekend, and take care.